was
special to be able to experience that.
Yeah, and when you're sat there and you realise the amount of people who have probably sat there and had this service, or like in all of the royal weddings and that type of thing, it just is kind of like, oh my goodness me, like this is a moment. Welcome to our vlog in Windsor. Here's Rachel. And just ahead of us we've got the start. I'm going uphill, I can't breathe. We got the start of the changing of the guard. So let's have a look at that right now. We literally just missed them. We just missed them, I know. But there is a man with a... Oh, lovely.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
We're going to the castle anyway.
Thank you so much. So the lady just said that they're coming past 11:15, but we'll be in the castle anyway, so we'll probably see them inside. So let's go get our tickets. Excited? Here's Windsor Castle, by the way.
You can see the Queen Victoria statue.
Just in the back there. There we go.
And the Queen is not in residence today. She is still in Balmoral.
Yeah, so she's taken a bit longer in Balmoral than usual, isn't she?
But she is 95, so we'll let her off.
Yeah, she can have some more time off if she needs to. Right, let's go to Windsor Castle.
1887.
There we go. Last time we came to Windsor Castle, it was a Friday or a Thursday.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a lot busier today.
It's very, very busy. Driving here was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, it was, but we're here and yeah, there's lots of armed police as well, which I never really get used to. Okay, so the visitor entrance here, we're just heading up and it's straight ahead to grab our tickets. Okay, so we're just in the ticket office now. We've got our tickets, there they are. Woohoo! And it is busy here today, but we are just in the queue waiting to go. I've got some lovely pictures of the Queen and Prince Philip.
The portrait of the grandkids.
So it kind of gets you in the mood to go, oh, this is Windsor Castle, we're going around it, you know?
And we were just saying there's a lot of armed police outside today, more so than there is in London.
Yeah. Yeah, unless because it's a smaller area, it looks like there's more.
Yeah.
I don't know, but also it is very busy here today, so yeah, they could be preempting that because it is the last weekend to come and visit the castle before the Queen comes back, I think that's right?
Yeah, and the last weekend of the Prince Philip exhibition.
Yes, that's right. So the last day will be tomorrow, which is Sunday the 20th of September. So it's, but by the way, it's the 19th, it is the 19th today, isn't it?
18th.
It's the 18th of September today, and guess what? It's boiling, and it's in Britain, and it's hot.
We're not wearing coats.
We got no coats on. It's amazing. We have just been frisked. Rachel got frisked. We just went through security. So this was a fortification, and this would be the little hole in which the archers would shoot anyone outside the castle grounds. So you've got like these beautiful little areas that are steeped in history. Oh, there's the old famous one. Yeah, there he is. The tyrant. But his main residence was in
Hampton Court.
Hampton Court Palace. Yeah. There's George IV. We saw him at Wallace Collection. And we're moving to the 1900s with Victoria, who obviously was brought up in Kensington Palace. And now, moving into our lovely Queen. we are outside the start of St George's Chapel. We're going to start here actually. We're going to do the staterooms first, but we thought no, let's do St George's Chapel first. So here we are, we're outside. If you have a look just there, that's where whenever you see, like for instance, if you'd seen Prince Philip's funeral, that's where the Queen enters and all the royal family enter, and everyone else enters on the front steps. So that's where Meghan would have gone up the steps. Usually would have gone up the steps there. So yeah, let's head on in. We can't take any films or pictures inside any of the buildings within Windsor, but we can take lots outside. So what we'll do is we'll get some real good snippets inside, and then when we come out we'll tell you what we've learned. Yeah, and hopefully if I can find some pictures I'll insert them, but if not we'll tell you anyway. As you can see, we've picked up our tour guides. We've got a multimedia tour which is included in your price, and just to let you know, Rachel and I came in October. We paid our admission fee, and if you pay towards the Royal Trust, the Royal Collection Trust, and you get your first ticket stamped, you get a return within 1 year. So this is us on our return visit. This is the entrance for the royal entrance, shall we say, into St George's Chapel, and behind there is the part where we're going to go in. So let's do that right now. Well, actually, before I switch off, what's really interesting is all these buildings surrounding the chapel are actually lived in by the employees of the monarch. So all of these here are the most beautiful little cottages. I don't speak Latin. It's in Latin, I have no clue what it says. But you'll find that people of the clergy, the deanery, of the military will live in these places. And we're on the main flyover to Heathrow, so you will always see and hear very loud aeroplanes coming over. This isn't the main part you would have seen as Meghan would have gone up the stairs. That's all the way around that way. Last time we came, we couldn't go that way. Wonder if we can go that way this time. Be quite interested in it if we can. And remember, this is a working castle, so there are lots of cars everywhere. So you can't just come and just switch off. You have to be on your guard. So if you're bringing children here, just make sure that you've got their hand or they're close to you, because there's lots of cars in and out because it is a working castle. Right, so again, like I say, this is where one of the guards are on duty. And you can see the lovely architecture that changes around here. So we've got this beautiful red brick over there. And then it's, this. He's doing some stamping. Love it, love it, love it.
And then this gate here, this is called King Henry VIII's gate.
Ooh.
Behind you.
So there we go. And like I say, whenever you see anything, like if you see a royal bride, they will come through this gate, they will go through that gate over there, and that leads up to the massive steps that go into the chapel. So we're going to have a look at the guard who is on duty, and then we're going to head into St George's Chapel. But like I say, there's such a mixture of architecture that's absolutely beautiful here, and obviously the finest of its era. And I think as well, even though it looks very different, it really does go in a weird way. Like I was saying about the red brick moving into St George's Chapel. Right, to be honest, even though it was super busy coming in, it's a really lovely, relaxed atmosphere. There's lots of people going about their business, but it is very relaxed. So I've come to the edge here where we can't go through. It's private, and also it says children play, and as you can tell, it's a very family orientated castle with all of the families who work here live in here as well, and just there are the start of the lovely steps into St George's Chapel, which obviously we can't get into because it is private. I thought you were going to go there then. I literally thought you were going to just jump. Okay, we just got out of the St George's Chapel. I forgot the name of it then. What was really good is last time we went in last during
October.
In October, but we did it last, so we did the staterooms first and then this last, which I'm glad we did this first because our brains were a bit more awake and we saw a few more things.
Yeah, we remembered a few bits, but just if you ever go into the chapel, just remember to always look up.
Yeah.
Because there's so much detailing on the ceilings, it's amazing. And we found out that the fluted ceilings that they have in there's only 3 examples of that in Britain.
Yeah.
And here is one of them.
A plane. We could also see where the vault where they lowered Prince Philip's coffin into the ground, into the crypt. We could see that it had been freshly sealed, which was very poignant, wasn't it?
We were like, oh, it's a bit strange.
Yeah, because you've got that, plus then the next tomb you come across is King Henry VIII. Yeah, so it was a very sad moment actually, and then there was a little memorial in there for Prince Philip that had a letter to one of the deans of the St George's House, I think is what it was, and it was actually very interesting to read, wasn't it?
We didn't realise how religious that he was, well I didn't anyway, and the letter dates from the 70s and it was written on Britannia.
On Britannia, yeah. So he was at sea and he was so, what was it, irate by some of the changes they were making in George's house. He had to write a letter to them and let them know. So that was really interesting to see, wasn't it? Apart from that, everything else is something that we've already seen. So we saw the what would you say, like memorial of Princess Charlotte, and that's actually, I would say, one of my most standout.
It's stunning. Like the cut of the marble is absolutely incredible.
It really is, and it's absolutely so tastefully done. It's such a wonderful like example of what do you call it, sculpture, I guess? What is it?
Yeah, I'd say
sculpture. So that's it. We got chatting to some of the people in there. If you do go into St George's Chapel, make sure you chat to some of the stewards in there and the people who volunteer. They are very knowledgeable and they're very helpful as well. So we got chatting to them, and also we got chatting to a person last time who was telling us all about the Queen Mother and King George VI memorial they've got there with with Princess Margaret. So yeah, that was it. It was quite interesting again to kind of pick out where did George Clooney sit when he came to the wedding, where was Oprah, and you just forget, it's kind of like a weird experience, like that's the place, you're right there.
Because you see it on telly and when you're actually there you're like, oh okay, I can picture this now.
Yeah, so we are going to have a little tiny break, have a drink, have a little bit of a break time, and then we're heading into the state apartments, and then we'll obviously be going to the Prince Philip celebration, what are they calling it?
Yeah, I think it is. Celebration,
Yeah, so that's our plan for right now, but let's get on and have a drink. Here we go, some Windsor cream tea, and Rachel's already started. I forgot to say that I was going to video her. Millefort is Millefort, is that what you call it? We've got some clotted cream and some Tiptree jam there. Amazing stuff. I went with Earl Grey tea, let's see. Oh, look at that. Seal of approval from the Queen. Loving it. We're just in the cafe having a nice little break and some cream tea, and when we get outside, because we're just having a nice chill out at the moment, aren't we? When we get outside we'll give you a nice rundown of everything that we've seen here, and everything that we obviously can't show you we'll talk about. It's a really lovely day, and what's really good is Joe how busy it was when we came in. It actually dispersed, the crowd just kind of, it wasn't too busy inside when you're going through the staterooms. It was busy, but it wasn't too busy that you feel rushed or you can't see anything. So that's like a kind of a little sneak peek. Let's have some scone and cup of tea. Scone or scone?
Scone.
Scone for you.
Scone.
scone for me. No, scone for me. You are, not messing with my head then, because I thought you were going to say scone, but you said scone. We're both scone girls, there we go. Loving life. Okay, we'll see you when you get out. Rightio, we just finished having our nice little afternoon tea.
Oh, it's really bright.
It's so bright.
Not expecting it.
No.
There's the castle.
Yeah. What's amazing about walking around Windsor Castle is every single place you go is picturesque. Every place you go makes you feel like you're just one step away from history in the making. It's just brilliant, and you know every single brick has a story to tell. You know, like, look at that. And we've just come out from this bit here, which is the big quadrangle. It's just like I say, every place you go it's not, there's always something to look at, there's always something to learn, there's always a bit of history that you want to soak yourself in with all the knowledge.
And we're now walking down towards the back to the chapel, and this is the procession that Prince Philip's
Hearse. Yeah.
came down. So this is where you would see all the princes.
Yeah.
Walking.
Can you remember when Catherine and William was chatting to Harry on the way back from Prince Philip's funeral? We're actually on the street in which they were, so they were coming up here, all the way up here. So we're going down, they came up whilst they were talking, so that's exactly where we are right now. We are heading towards the chapel and out into the gardens. Unfortunately, the gardens aren't open today. We missed it by about a week, didn't we? Yeah, the one thing we did find this time coming is we got our audio tours, but we didn't actually use them, so they've been quite a hindrance, haven't they, carrying them around, because
we've seen it before, and it was only in October that we came before.
Yeah, so let's talk very candidly about the Prince Philip celebration within Windsor Castle. What was your first thoughts on it, Rach?
Yeah, there wasn't it was all right. It wasn't amazing. I was expecting more personal objects. There was a lot of things like, oh, this was given to Prince Philip and the Queen for their jubilee or their anniversary or their wedding, and it was like, and I wanted things that the Queen had given to Philip. You know?
Yeah, and there was some aspects of that personal touch, like for instance some of the jewellery that Prince Philip had made for the Queen, but it was just, I wanted things that was his, not things that he, I mean obviously he created that, so that's fine, but yeah, it was like Nelson Mandela has given this chess set, and these are the things he was gifted, and that's great, and they were telling the story of Prince Philip and all the things he's done, but I just, you know, you even made a joke that I wanted to see like his bloomers or something, like his knickers. I was like, no, I don't want to see that, but I wanted to have at least something that felt really personal.
The one interesting bit was there was a picture of him with his office on Britannia, and that had been, a lot of the objects had been bought from that, so that was nice to see, because they were objects that he would have used and would have seen on a daily basis.
Yeah, there was his writing desk from Clarence House, again something that he did use, but then there was all artefacts on the top of the desk, and I was like, I don't think this is how his desk looked, and I think I would have wanted to see it exactly how it was used. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to sniff my nose up, it was really good, it was nice to have,
and
but
we didn't pay anything extra to come see either, so.
But it wasn't what I was expecting.
No.
I think that's something to note about that.
The portrait for his 90th birthday, that was there, and that was beautiful. Like you said, it was the most lifelike of all the portraits that you've seen of him.
Well, of anyone, I think. Of anyone I've seen a portrait of, it was the most... It had the most likeness, definitely. And I said to Rachel, I was like, if I had all the money in the world, I'd get this guy to make my painting.
I think you need more than a few million.
Yeah, so we are heading down. If you want to see where we are, just at the start, this is where we went to St George's Chapel. I'm gonna say it right now, it's absolutely scorching for Britain.
It's like middle of September, what's going on?
I know.
It's global warming, that's why we need the Earthshot prize.
Exactly. Bring on the Earthshot prize. Yeah. Oh, so it's been a really nice day. Nice to come back, actually. Nice to see it busy after COVID.
Yeah.
And also, one thing I want to really mention is the people, the staff that work here, the volunteers who work here. They're absolutely incredible. They're so knowledgeable. They're so friendly. Don't feel out of sorts to ask them any questions.
And if they don't know the answer, they will find out for you.
Yeah.
The answer.
Yeah, because we saw this sculpture of this gentleman that we didn't know who it was. So we asked, and the guy was like, "Oh, I don't know." And then all of a sudden, he found us in the gift shop and said, "It's this gentleman." I was like, "Oh, great." So yeah, so they are absolutely excellent, really knowledgeable, and yeah, don't feel afraid, just ask any questions you want. Ooh, what's happening here? What is happening down here? Ooh, come on, let's go. We got some changing of the guards here, not the official one, but just a few swapping over of. We have found the most amazing ice cream shop. Look at this.
Look at the size of these scones.
Wow. Now that is a scone. I wonder if they do Empire biscuits. Look at that. Only in Windsor. Well, it is Saturday night in Windsor. We're loving life. There's some horses over there. I mean, when in Windsor, you've got to see a horse. We are waiting to go into St George's Chapel because we're going to go to a church service this evening, and we're hoping to see the choristers. Yeah, so that's exactly what we're doing right now.
We're in the queue right now.
We're in the queue to go into the chapel, and apparently they let you in about 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock, and it's absolutely free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it, so we thought, why not? We're here.
Yeah.
Let's experience something new.
It's a very special place. 10 monarchs are buried in St George's Chapel, and yeah, we're gonna go and experience a service at the chapel. So next time you see us, we would have already seen it, and we'll let you know what we think.
32.
we just got out of the service from St George's Chapel, and it was just...
It's an experience, wasn't it? It's
It
really
was.
special to be able to experience that.
Yeah, and when you're sat there and you realise the amount of people who have probably sat there and had this service, or like in all of the royal weddings and that type of thing, it just is kind of like, oh my goodness me, like this is a moment. And the singing was glorious.
Yes.
There was one moment where they went from a diminished chord into a major. I'm like, how did you do that? It was so amazing.
And it was the older gentlemen, it wasn't the boys that you see sometimes.
Yeah, so it was, I don't know, there was a lot of deep voices there, which I loved. I really loved it. It was, again, like I say, just to be in that place is so historic, but it's also so special. And it did feel special. There wasn't that many people there. It is a Saturday night. There are other things for people to do.
Out.
We were out. Well, everyone else was out, weren't they? Yeah, and I think Sunday morning is when it's like really rocking in there. But it was, like I say, very special thing to do. So if you are in Windsor, come and do the service, because you won't regret it.
Only for 45 minutes as well.
Yeah, it 45 minutes in total, and then obviously if you want to leave a donation, you can. It was one of those things where if you're here, you have to do it. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
yeah, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I was singing very badly, and Rachel couldn't find the hymn, the hymn in the book. But you know, you don't have to be a beginner. They give you a sheet that tells you to stand and sit and say Amen when you're supposed to. So if you've never been to church before, or you haven't been for a long time, it's actually very easy to follow along. So I've never sat down and stood up and sat down so much in 45 minutes. But yeah, we've had a wonderful day, and it's time to go home now.
Dreaded drive home now.
Yeah. So okay, let's do our little wrap-ups then from St George's. Oh no, from Windsor Castle as a total. Would you recommend somebody coming?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think because we came in October, we'd kind of like seen majority of it. But definitely experience it if you're in the UK, if you're coming from abroad.
Yeah.
The Queen's not here at the moment, she's still in Balmoral. But obviously this is normally her weekend home.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's different from something like Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is very royal and grand. This is very understated, but still, you could, like I say, as I've said throughout the vlog, it feels like a working palace, a working castle. It you know, it's the heartbeat of the city, basically. Town. We're not in a city.
No, we're not in a city. It's a town.
Yeah, it's the heartbeat of the town for sure. I definitely would say come along. It is a very different royal experience, but it's one to definitely tick off the list and to come, because it has got a different vibe.
Yeah. 100%.
What else can we say about Windsor? Get yourself out here, come, grab yourself a Windsor ice cream and enjoy the day. You're going to find so much in the local area. So we're in the local town at the moment. And you'll find loads of places to stay, loads of places to eat. I mean, you cannot move for afternoon teas in this place, but you just never know who you're going to see, who's going to be around.
Yeah.
It's just one of those places. So get yourself to Windsor Castle, and we've had a wonderful day today. So.
He's not close now.
Oh yeah, he probably just whipped off the top half. La la.
Just come for a sing song.
Yeah, and now he's on a night out on the town. We just saw one of the choristers. Okay, we're gonna love you and leave you here. Thank you so much for watching, and do subscribe, click all the like buttons. You know what to do. And thank you so much for being here. If you've been to Windsor Castle, leave us a comment down below. If you are always, ooh, this is new. Look at that. Look at those going down. And then the car goes into the castle. There we go. Oh, it's very high tech here. Yeah, let us know in the comments below if you want to go to Windsor Castle, if you've been, or if you've ever experienced St George's Chapel and any of the services there. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon. Bye.